Hello everyone and welcome back to another Stormworks update video. Now in this video we'll be covering the updates as of today, which is 0.7.13. Now as always we'll go over the new features and changes that have been made, and finally we'll test a few of them out here in the world of Stormworks. Now if you're enjoying this video, comment below and what else you'd like to see in any of my future videos. While you're there, don't forget that like and subscribe button, and really click the little bell icon to be notified of my upcoming content as soon as it gets posted. So all said, let's get straight into it and get started with this week's update. So to get started with this week's update, the first feature, and actually the only feature the devs have gone and added this week, is going to be the addition of the new winch. Now this is a massive, huge winch. It has a 400 block length, which is absolutely awesome. This is something I've been waiting for a really long time. I felt at least that the winches we had before were good for vehicles and maybe helicopters, but didn't really fit the need for our larger ships. Now obviously what we did is we made our bigger ones our own, and we just added in some small winches, but the actual cable lengths were just not long enough for what we needed to do. So I'm really happy they've gone and added these in. I can see these being added onto your larger ships much more often now, and I'm seeing they're going to be popped up all over the workshop. Really cool. Along with that, they've also gone and added fluid nodes to all of the winches now. Now you can obviously see here we have fluid on the small winch, we have fluid on the large winch, and we also have fluid on the mega or huge winch here. Now actually placing down the winch itself, you can see this thing is massive, absolutely huge. I think it's a 9 by 7, absolutely massive. It has your normal winch controls, obviously your length, your up and down. Along with that also has the electrical to obviously go and power it. So pretty much a normal winch from there. The winches themselves now actually will be buoyant, the cables, which is really cool, because obviously usually before these used to go and sink, which this is obviously a huge thing for us now in game. I remember playing in survival series where we battled to go and actually refuel our ships, because when you threw the actual cable down and tried to jump from the dock into your ship, you just sunk because the cable was so heavy. So it's really nice that they've gone and made the cables buoyant. That means we can obviously go and float them on the ocean or on the sea or whatever you want. So that is really cool to see. Now, along with this cool feature they've gone and added, they've obviously gone and made a whole bunch of more tweaks to the electrical components. Obviously, with last week's update was a huge controversy in the Stormworks community with the changes or the bug fixes to the electricals. So they've gone and made a couple rebalances and a couple tweaks to those. So as to spawning in one of the, let's go and choose the electrical generator, which I think I just reviewed in one of the top 5s. Now spawning this in, beforehand we used to get around I think 170 watts to 200 watts using this. Now that's obviously gone and changed with the nerfing, or should I say bug fixes. This is going to be much less now. So you can see here on idle, not much, and if we go up to full throttle, it used to be 200 watts. We're now getting 20, 21, 25 watts. So a huge decrease here in the amount of power that you can actually do on these infinity generators. Yes, they still are able to power do power, but a huge decrease here. I would probably say about an 80% or even more decrease in power that these little things are able to obviously go and produce now. So it'll be interesting to see how that's gone and affected our vehicles. Obviously I haven't gone and actually tested any of that out here in the world, but it'll be interesting to see how that works. Now for the last thing I want to check out is I actually want to go over to the dock here and go and check out that winch on the fueling, and I want to actually just winch it out and see if it goes and floats on the ocean, because obviously they said they added buoyancy to these winches, so it'll be quite interesting to see if these actually do work or not. So I'm going to just do is hose out, I'm going to throw it into the water, and I want to see if it will float or if it's just going to sink straight away. Now it might sink because of this connector that we have on the end here, but once again we'll see how it works. Let's go and throw it in the ocean here. Let's see if we can. And it seems like it's floating. Let's go and drag it. Let's drag it and see what happens. And you can see there we got slack and it's floating on top. Oh, that's so much better. really much better. I'm really happy they've gone and done that. I don't know how they managed to do that. I'm guessing they just gave it buoyancy, but yeah, that is absolutely awesome. Now the last thing I want them to go and do is I want them to add electrical or power to these cables. Now the reason why is because then we can start having umbilical cords to our ROVs and different creations. That's something I really want, and I think a couple other people in the community want. So I think we need to wait and see if they will listen to us here and add that in. But if they do, I'm going to be super happy, and I'm going to redo a whole brand new ROV that won't require any power on its base itself. However, on the actual station, we can have a generator running the power down through the umbilical cord into the ROV. So I can't wait, or I'm really hoping that they go and add that in the near future. So that's it for this week's update. If you want to see a full list of changes and fixes, make sure to go check out the official announcements in the Stormworks Discord server. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it and found it somewhat entertaining and informative as always. And we'll see you in the next one.